We got garage parking and then also service lot parking. And so the way it works is there's sufficient parking, but it's not necessarily convenient parking. So a lot of students like to park right outside their classrooms or their buildings they go to. But unfortunately, because downtown Phoenix is a hustling, bustling downtown, there's a lot of other things going on besides the university. So the law school built their building and they followed the city's specifications of how many parking spaces were needed for that building. And so that's how many parking spaces they built. That's mostly for visitors and faculty and staff. And then if there's sufficient room, then some students will be able to park in there. But they're also, part of the law college is also having some law firms move into it also. So they're actually leasing out some spaces. The new parking spaces that we're looking at are over in the Boyer garage. So the way the Boyer garage works is it's, again, the building has 3 or 4 different tenants in it, and then those tenants get a certain amount of parking spaces in that garage. But because the building isn't completely full, the parking spaces aren't full. So that's why we're able to lease those spaces from the Boyer garage, from the different tenants that have sufficient space. And what we found is, since the economy is starting to increase, is before we used to be able to lease a lot of spaces in other parking garages because the buildings were unoccupied. But since the economy has increased, that the buildings have actually become more occupied, which has in turn created more parking demand. And so where we used to be able to lease parking spaces, we're now unable to get as many spaces as we have in the past. Right now, we're thinking with the surveys and everything we've done, we're thinking we only need about 150 more spaces. A lot of the students are living downtown, taking light rail, taking the shuttle, again, using alternative transportation to get to school. So my recommendation, especially for students who are living downtown campus, is to not bring a car at all to campus. With all the different modes of transportation, there's also the bike shares, where you can also sign up for a membership fee for a year, and then you'll be able to utilize the grid bikes for an hour each day. And then also we have a car share program on campus. I don't know very many students know, so where you can actually rent a car for $5 an hour, gas, insurance, and everything is included. And so between grid bikes, car share, the shuttle buses, light rail, and then if you bring your own bike, it's really sufficient. We're always expect to increase because as the university grows, our shuttle ridership grows, and also when gas prices go up, our ridership goes up also. The nice thing with our new shuttles is we went from a 54 passenger shuttle to an 81 passenger shuttle. So we were able to increase the amount of passengers that could sit and ride by 40%. So we believe by increasing the number of seats on the bus, we're going to be able to accommodate the increase in students for next year.